Welcome, fellow educators. The content of this video is about teaching using visual symbols. The objectives of this video is to know what is visual symbols. What instructional materials is suited under visual symbols? What are the examples of visual symbols? Where can they be integrated in the instructional process? And lastly, what guidelines must we follow when we read charts, graphs and maps? Let's define visual symbols. Visual symbols are representations of direct reality that use signs and images to convey ideas, concepts or information. They are used to simplify complex or abstract ideas, making them clearer, more concrete and easier for learners to understand and remember.
We have E-charts. A chart is a diagrammatic representation of relationship among individuals within an organization. We can have a time chart, tree or stream chart, flow chart, organizational chart, comparison and contrast chart, Pareto chart, and lastly, run chart or trend chart. Tree or stream chart depicts development, growth, and change by beginning with a single course, which is spread out into many branches, or by beginning with the many tributaries which then converge into single channel. Next, we have flow chart. Flowchart is a visual way of charting or showing a process from beginning to end. It is a means of analyzing a process. By outlining every step in a process, you can begin to find inefficiencies or problems. Organizational chart shows how one part of the organization relates to other parts of the organization. Comparison and contrast chart used to show similarities and differences between two things. For example, we have people, places, events, ideas, and many more. Key frame questions. What things are being compared? How are they similar? How are they different? And lastly, we have Pareto chart. So when we say Pareto chart, it is a type of bar chart prioritized in descending order of magnitude or importance from left to right. It shows at a glance which factors are occurring most. K-12 standards and competencies. Find out which of these charts are appropriate for any lesson in the K-12 curriculum grade or for any teaching-related task. We have the letter G, maps. A map is a representation of the surface of the earth or some part of it. Physical map combines in a single projection data like altitude, temperature, rainfall, precipitation, vegetation, and soil. Next is relief map. Has three-dimensional representation and show contours of the physical data of the Earth or part of the Earth. Commercial or economic map, also called product or industrial map, since they show land areas in relation to the economy. And lastly, we have political map. Gives details information about country, provinces, cities, and towns. Oceans, rivers, and lakes are the main feature of most political maps. Map language. Scale shows how much of the actual Earth's surface is represented by a given measurement on a map. The scale must be shown so that the map reader can use the distances and the areas shown on the map in measuring or figuring out the real distances and areas on Earth's surface. On some maps, the scale is shown graphically; in others, the scale is expressed in words and figures. And next we have symbols. Usually a map has a legend that explains what each symbol means. Some symbols represent highways, railroads, mountains, lakes, and plains. Color. The different colors of the map are part of the map language. What colors represent the bodies of water? What about contours of the earth and railroads, highways, and other cultural features? And lastly, we have geographic grids. The entire system of these grid lines are called grid lines. These grid lines are called meridians. Drawing. A drawing may not be the real thing, but better to have a concrete visual aid than nothing. To avoid confusion, it is good that our drawing correctly represent the real thing. One essential skill that a teacher ought to possess in order to be understood is drawing. It helps you a lot if you are capable of doing simple freehand sketching. Cartoons. Another useful visual symbol that can bring novelty to our teaching is the cartoon. A first-rate cartoon tells its story metaphorically. The perfect cartoon needs no caption. The less the artist depends on words, the more effective the symbolism. The symbolism conveys the message. Use cartoons in instruction. You can always use this as a springboard for a lesson or a concluding activity. It depends on your purpose. K-12 curriculum standards and competencies. Go back to the K-12 curriculum guide, which can be taught with the use of cartoon. Come up with a cartoon for a particular lesson. Strip drawings. These are commonly called comics or comic strip. Dale 1969 asserts that a more accurate term is a strip drawings. Make use of strips that are educational and entertaining at the same time. Sources of strip drawing. You can obtain strip drawings from newspapers, magazines, and books. K-12 curriculum standards and competencies. Identify a competency where a strip drawing is appropriate. Look for an appropriate strip drawing or make one.